Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Here is another Christmas card. This is a bit of a fun fold. So you see it's like that. You open it up, and of course you have your greeting in there. And then you can stand the card up. Let's see if I can make it correct. Just like that. I just loved this stamp set. This was a new one in our catalog. It is called, let's see here, Good Tidings of Great Joy. And then I had this other little stamp set that I think I picked up last year. It's one of our little 2-inch guys, and this was called Flourished Joy. Super pretty. I thought it was neat. And then I also pulled in an oldie fave of mine. This has a big cardinal on it. It is called To You and Yours, and it is several years old, long since retired, but I loved the love and joy to you and yours, and I have used this sentiment many times in my Christmas cards. So let's get started, and I'll show you how I put this together. This card base is 11 by 4 1/4. I scored it in half at 5 1/2, and then I scored it 2 inches in from an end. Doesn't matter which end. I made this top folding style card base out of cardstock that I was gifted. It's free. I have it. I'm using it. I'm not apologizing. Then I have some other pieces here. I went on my Cricut and I found this fancy brackety type shape here under rectangles, and I found a size and then I duplicated it and made a size a little bit bigger so we get a pretty little shadow. So this is White Daisy cardstock and this is Candy Apple. I have some Harbor pieces. This piece is 3 1/4 by 4, and the pretty pattern paper is 3 by 3 1/4. And I have a skinny piece here. This is 1 3/4 by 4, and the pattern paper is 1 1/2 by 3 3/4. Then I have this little guy here. I will have to do a quick measure because I don't remember. This is 2 1/4 by 1 3/4. Then that would make this 2 by 1 1/2. So those are all my pieces and bits and parts for this. I'm trying to keep it relatively flat, so I didn't put any embellishments on it, but I did want to make a stand-up easel type fun fold card. First thing we need to do is some stamping. So I have my Harbor ink. This paper, I think I can find the catalog. I think it was in the September-October catalog. And I thought it was such pretty paper. It was called Holly and Ivy. It may still be available, but I just loved the colors. And though there are traditional green and red colors in here, I detected a hint of our brand new color Harbor, and I thought it was so pretty, and so I'm using Harbor with it. I think I will do my stamping first. Let's get that out of the way. That is the most nerve-wracking part for me. So I have my card base. It's all ready to go. And I have Harbor ink. This is such a pretty color. Is it blue? Is it green? Is it gray? It's this beautiful combo of all of those. I have my little white piece of White Daisy cardstock here, and I'm going to stamp the joy. Oh, nice. That worked beautifully. Then I have this big, huge block with the good tidings of great joy. And I do have the foam pad that comes with each of our stamp sets. They always include that little foam pad, and that is to help you to get a better impression when you're stamping. For this big block, I lay the block down and I ink to the block. And I had to do a couple of test runs of this because I wanted to make sure I could get this all on here. So I'm going to set it down, and I'm just going to give it a press and give that ink a chance to transfer from my block to my piece of white daisy. And voila, that looks great. So the only other stamping we have is the inside, and I will wait to do that until I have built the card. First thing I do is I've got a piece of Harbor here, and I am using my ATG gun because it's fast and quick. I cut these so that I'd end up with that white border. I have the pretty pattern paper. And again, I have a little bit of a border action going on there. Then we have our skinny piece of Harbor. And another piece of pattern paper. Okay. Now I have the little joy here. I think I'm going to use some glue. Yes, I have some indecision. And I have the little square. Get that put together. Then I am using some foam adhesive here, some 3D foam, because in order to make this an easel style card, you have to get this to stand up a little bit so that there's an edge for your card to lean against. So I'm opening this up, and I'm going to eyeball the bottom of the card, keeping it up just a little bit, 1/8 of an inch or so. And this gives you the place for your easel to rest against so that it will stand up. Next thing we have to do is we need to glue our big sentiment onto the shadow piece of the candy apple. And I just love these shapes. This is from our Art Philosophy cartridge, which was the very first Cricut cartridge that Close to My Heart offered. Those shapes are in Design Space, available for anyone who has Design Space. I don't think you have to pay for them unless you want to make sure you have them. Then you could go through my online store and click on the Cricut link, and it'll take you right to everything that Close to My Heart has. Now I put a little glue just on this bottom part here. You don't want to glue the whole thing or it won't work. You've got to leave this fold free and clear. So I've got that going there, and if we stand it up, it looks like that. You have to do a little paper folding there, a little bit, a little bending. Now I'm going to open it up all the way, and I want to get my sentiment in here. So I've got my foam pad, and I'm going to grab my Love and Joy to You and Yours, and I'm going to eyeball this up here. And I like this because that joy is in there, and I've got joy going 3 times in my card because we all need some joy in our lives. So there you go. For behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, who shall be to all people. I love that. We stand it up just like that. That makes it an easel card. And you have your sentiment in there and a place to write your little message. Christmas card for the Aderholts in 2021. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a blessed, crafty day, and I will see you next time.